Well, as it stands, we are into the final stages of Jorginho being announced as an Arsenal player. He has gone ahead to complete his medical. Fabrizio Romano has gone ahead to confirm that to us in here onto the Rokani Media Football. He was given license travel to London in the morning. That story was reported by Charles Waltz. You know, Charles Waltz is an Arsenal correspondent for the Goal, confirming to us that he was given green light to travel from Cobham, that is Chelsea, to London Colney Arsenal to undergo his medical. And after undergoing his medical, you know what happened. Submitting the papers, registering the player, and then unveiling him is next. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. Rokan David is my name. In this mixture, also talking about Albert Sambi Lokonga doing his medical down at Crystal Palace. And lastly, we are talking about a player, Moise Caicedo. Still, we don't know why he has been spotted traveling to London. Why is Caicedo traveling to London? All that and more into this story that is the third of the day. And I told you today we are going to be having a marathon because lots of stories are already coming in through, and we are going to close up the day with a live stream as I talk to you guys, because you deserve to be talked to on the deadline day, as I really let you know who has signed for which club as we discuss the all done deals on the deadline day. So don't forget to subscribe, smash the like button, comment and share. And if you're totally watching us for the very first time, lower right bottom corner, smash the black button that has the word subscribe. After smashing it, hit the notification bell that will enable you get notified every time I upload a video onto a channel known as Rokani Media Football. Now, Fabrizio Romano, via his YouTube channel, he has told us that we can say Jorginho to Arsenal, here we go, the deal is done, signed and everything is completed. Jorginho did the medical tests and signed the contract until June 2024 with an option until 2025. Arsenal paid £10 million plus £2 million of add-ons. That's what Fabrizio Romano said via his YouTube channel. So it shows you that the medical is done. He has passed it. And obviously, what is next? It's unveiling him as an Arsenal player. That is Jorginho, a player coming in from Chelsea. And again, after going to YouTube and retailing us that, he went to his Twitter and tweeted the following: Jorginho has completed medical test and is set to sign the contract as a new Arsenal player until June 2024 with an option until 2025. £10 million plus £2 million confirmed. That is Fabrizio. Now, I would like to throw more light and educate Arsenal fans who are really furious over this deal for us not landing the Caicedo deal. I would like to throw more light to you now. Thomas Partey is the ideal starter in the single pivot position of Arsenal, not so? That's it. But who are his backups? Lokonga and Elneny. Now, if I'm to ask you, is Jorginho an upgrade? Is Jorginho an upgrade of the two backups you've been having, Lokonga and Elneny? I think the answer is yes, if you know what I'm talking about. This is one of the CDMs that has been playing at top level or at elite level for a very, very long time. Now, is he a downgrade? I believe no, because when you look at his stats, he has some stats he reports on the field of play per 90 than Thomas Partey. That is what you should be knowing about this guy. This guy is out of this world. He has gone ahead to show to it that he is really one of the best in the world, and he has shown us that he can get everything done and dusted in the midfield. Playing the central midfield, he'll get that back four he'll get that ball from the back four, connect it to the midfield, and obviously act as a conductor. That is Jorginho for you, and he's really one of those that you'll go ahead and really trust with your team, especially if at all is playing the central defensive midfield area of your team. So I believe it's a very good direction. It's a very good move made by Arsenal in a right direction. Reason being, when you're not having Elneny, who can come and really get the job done, injured, and for your information, let me try to find this story of Elneny and show you what's happening to Elneny, because you will know why Arsenal have been desperately looking in for a player known as Caicedo or Jorginho, because a player known as Elneny has been in the theater and he has underwent a surgery. That's it. He has underwent a surgery and we don't know when he's really going to come back at Arsenal. So it shows you how rapidly this was called for Elneny, and this story is coming in from AFC staff, very close and very good at very good and accurate at information concerning Arsenal. They've told us that Arsenal midfielder Mohamed Elneny has had successful surgery in London. After assessments confirmed he sustained a significant injury to his right knee in recent training sessions. Wishing you a speedy recovery. Now, you know what it means when someone undergoes a knee surgery, not so? You know what it means? That it means this player is going to be out for close to 3, 4, 5 months in knee surgery. Look at Gabriel Jesus. Gabriel Jesus is returning after 3 months. He underwent his surgery on 7th, I think, at around 7th December, 7th January 1 month, 7th February 2 months, and obviously March, early March, 3 months. But there is one thing you should really differentiate in these two players, that Gabriel Jesus is 25 years of age. Elneny is 31. So the more you grow, the more it takes your body a lot of time to respond to treatment. Hence, a longer period is expected for a player known to really cure quickly. And it shows you that he has gotten 2 serious injuries in the space of like 3-4 months. After playing against Aston, was it Fulham? He got an injury. I think it was it a thigh injury? And he returned early in time. This time it's an injury. He is up for surgery and everything is done and dusted. It has been successful. Now we are waiting to see when he's really going to return. So it shows you the urgency that Arsenal had to go on and really bring in a player known as Jorginho. They are wanting Caicedo, but they finally got Jorginho. But this is really a very pure signing for Arsenal, because that means in the summer, they'll go in for Declan Rice. So they're going to save that money for Caicedo for Declan Rice. That's it. Though I rate Caicedo over Declan Rice, but I believe Arsenal are really doing great. And secondly, when you look at Jorginho, he's not an injury-prone player. He's not that kind of player who is going to come in through and really get injured every time. So anytime Partey will be away, Jorginho will be available, as his career has not been characterized by injuries elsewhere. So that is Jorginho for you. He has really gone ahead to complete his medical at Arsenal, and he is very soon going to be unveiled as an Arsenal player. And obviously, Paul Merson, I think he played for Arsenal a little bit, and then he's working for Sky Sport. He has gone ahead to really reveal to us how wonderful and outstanding this signing is for Arsenal. He has said, I think outstanding. You are buying experience as well. He's won big trophies and is a proper holding midfielder player. For me, he's a top signing. He knows he won't be playing every week, but he will bring experience and calmness. This is what I was talking about in the previous videos, because he brings experience that Thomas Partey doesn't have, Xhaka doesn't have. You get? It's a mixture of winning mentalities at a same club. Jesus, Zinchenko come in at Arsenal with a winning mentality of the Carabao Cup, FA Cup, and the Premier League. Now, if they've brought in a player who has won at the national level, winning the Euros in 2021 or 2020, then he won the Champions League and the FIFA World Cup, meaning that he is a little bit won more than Jesus and Zinchenko. He's adding a lot of quality to this Arsenal side. That is a man known as Jorginho. But him being calm, I think he's more calm. He's a better conductor in that midfield than Thomas Partey. And every time Arsenal is like leading and they want to really kill the tempo of the game, they can really bring him on because he's good at that. His ball passing skills are nowhere near those of Partey. He's so calm. His passing skills are really out of this world. That is a player known as Jorginho, and that has been Paul Merson trying to hail the player that Arsenal have just brought in today. We have another journalist coming in from Sky Sports. He's giving us a little bit of a snippet onto why Arsenal have gone ahead to sign Jorginho and why it's important for them to get in Jorginho. He works on Sky Sports. He's known as Michael Bridge. He has told us that our understanding is Jorginho signing doesn't necessarily mean he's an alternative to Caicedo. Arsenal understand that Brighton is still not for sale. Lokonga might be going out today on loan. So it leaves Mikel Arteta with very short in the midfield. I believe he's not short in the midfield. Why? Every player, every position, you are accustomed to be having 2 players. And I think he's just trying to blow it out of context. They are just trying to mean that the Caicedo deal is on. Yeah, even because the next story I'm coming in through is all about Caicedo traveling to London. We know why he's going to London. But I believe the only positions you are supposed to be having more than 2 players in your squad are 2. The goalkeeping department, you're supposed to be having 3 goalkeepers. Even, you are supposed to be having 3 strikers at your team, because if one goalkeeper gets injured, then you are left with 2. One makes the bench, one makes it to the starting 11. For the strikers, if one gets injured, that means you are left with one who can come in later to come in and really get the job done. So those are the only 2 positions in the field to be guaranteed access to 3 players. But the rest is supposed to be 2. 2 right backs, 2 left backs, 4 central defenders, 2 playing on the right, as you see Arsenal having Saliba and Rob Holding plus Ben White. Then Quivio, Yakub, and Gabriel Magalhaes playing on the left side of the central defense. That is what it is all about at Arsenal. But saying that he's short of the midfield, I think is not short of options. I think the only options he's short of are those of Partey, those of Xhaka. But I believe if you've seen Thomas Partey play at the national team of Ghana, you know that he can play well as a box-to-box midfielder also, meaning that Jorginho and Partey can coexist in a same midfield. And I think later tomorrow, I'm going to do a video of how Jorginho fits into that Arsenal side. You get? They can play a 4-3-3 with Thomas Partey, Jorginho, and Martin Odegaard in that same midfield. They can play together. They can coexist into that midfield of Arsenal. That is a player known as Jorginho. So that is all about Jorginho. Welcome him to a side known as Arsenal. He's really done his medical, and very soon he's really going to be unveiled as an Arsenal player after everything is done and dusted. So Jorginho has completed his medical. Next is announcement, because all contracts have been signed. Man has crossed from the account of Arsenal to the account of Chelsea. Those are £10 million, with only £2 million of add-ons left if at all he fulfills the conditions set by the 2 teams in the contract that saw him cross from one London side to the other London side. Now, we've been told by Jackie Talbot, football correspondent for transfer.com, via Give Me Sport, of Moses Caicedo. He's telling us that I've heard that he's traveled to London on deadline day. He's in London. Obviously, it's been briefed elsewhere, and especially to Brighton reporters. There is no deal in place. That's not our information. It's not what I've heard. Now, Caicedo is in London. And let me show you a little bit of the photo of Caicedo in London. He's in London, and a photo has been really taken of Caicedo in London. That is Caicedo for you. Now, Caicedo being in London boils out into 2. 1, are they signing this player? Is Chelsea signing this player? Or is Arsenal signing this player? Is the deal of Enzo Fernandez falling off and Chelsea opting to go on and pay every amount of money that Brighton is calling in for Caicedo? That's the huge question. And I think if Chelsea are in for this, they'll be better placed to get this deal done and dusted, because they have lots of players in the midfield like Conor Gallagher that they can include in the deal for him to cross to Brighton on loan, to see to it that they really get in Caicedo with some good money. So it is really worrying. Sorry, it's really trickery on where Caicedo is going to go and why has he really traveled to London. No smoke without fire. There must be a very huge reason as to why Caicedo has found himself traveling to London. What is the reason of Caicedo traveling to London? Yet 2 teams that are interested in him are all in London, Arsenal and Chelsea. Is his agent, has his agent tried to tell him do this? Let's wait and see what is going to happen. But Caicedo is in London. He has traveled to London. We don't know why he has traveled to that side, but obviously he's trying to push a move out of Brighton. But it looks like nothing is expected to happen in the next days in there for you. Let's go to Albert Sambi Lokonga. After the coming in of Jorginho, then the departure of Lokonga has been officially given green light to happen to a side known as Crystal Palace. As I told you that Patrick Vieira was the captain of Edo in the team of the Invisibles. They know one another, so there is no way he could let this player go out to another club like Monaco, yet Crystal Palace had shown full interest in Albert Sambi Lokonga. Albert Sambi Lokonga is really one of those players that you should go out and really look at for a team known as Crystal Palace. Fabrizio Romano has confirmed to us that Crystal Palace are closing in on a loan deal to sign Albert Sambi Lokonga from Arsenal. Agreement completed, also approved on players' side. Medical tests taking place during the afternoon as Simon Collins, the Arsenal correspondent for the Evening Standard, reported. So that is Albert Sambi Lokonga. United, I think Crystal Palace is playing United on the weekend, not so? That's it. They are playing Manchester United over the weekend. Is it? So that means Crystal Palace, that means Lokonga might make his debut against Manchester United at Old Trafford. He has already played at Old Trafford against Manchester United with Arsenal. They lost 3-1. So he's coming back to play a very huge part into that midfield of Crystal Palace. I believe this player is good. There is a lot for Albert Sambi Lokonga to offer, but he has been at Arsenal where his attitude was really bad and he had no hope. He was hopeless because he couldn't go ahead of Thomas Partey and Elneny. So being in such a situation at that age, 21, 22 years of age, you want to be playing every game, but you have no breathing space to go in and play. That's why you saw to it that when they brought him in the game of City, he looked rusty. And I saw fans coming out and going in for him that, oh, even Odegaard, the captain, was really shrugging his arms at you because you are not doing the needful. Guys, come to reality. This player has not been playing games of football. He was playing games of football when Arsenal was playing 2 games a week, when they are playing UEFA Europa League and the Premier League. This time round, the lad has not been playing games of football. That's why he missed out on the World Cup. So, I believe it's a very good move for Lokonga, and it works well for Arsenal. If Lokonga happens to thrive at Crystal Palace, they might find themselves really getting him back, if at all he does well, or even get some good money out of Lokonga because they bought him at £18 million. If at all he thrives at Crystal Palace, look at Conor Gallagher, he's at £40 million. If they can sell him also at 40 and make a profit of close to £32 million from the player known as Albert Sambi Lokonga, then that will be great, because it looks like the levels where Arsenal are heading, players like Lokonga are not going to be having space to really exit in, because they're going in for players like Caicedo, they're going for players like Declan Rice. So if at all Lokonga has not been able to make it through to the starting 11 of Arsenal when there is Elneny and Partey ahead of him, now what of Jorginho coming in through Partey, Caicedo, and maybe Declan Rice, will he be having more breathing space? I doubt he won't. So guys, your thoughts on Jorginho completing Arsenal medical are welcome in the comment section below. Rokani David remains my name. May the Almighty God bless you abundantly. It's really a marathon of a day. Enzo Fernandez to Chelsea is what we are returning back with, if at all Jorginho has not yet been unveiled. But it looks like the deal is stalling and the United are in for Sabitzer from Bayern Munich on loan after a confirmation of Eriksen that is going to be out for 3 months until early May. That's when he's going to return after that injury that was caused to him by a very nasty tackle from Andy Cole at the center line, the game they played of the FA Cup at Old Trafford against Reading. Bye-bye, guys.